Welcome to Melt. I'm Suresh Venkat. Let's begin with a deeper look at homegrown beauty products brand Biotique. Started in the 1990s, the now global brand continues to remain privately held and relies on word of mouth over traditional marketing activities. To know more, we were in conversation with Vinita Jain, founder and chairperson, Biotique. What does the road ahead hold for a global Indian beauty brand? Let's find out as we get ready to melt with Vinita Jain. Vinita, we couldn't find any traditional advertising for Biotique. We couldn't find a brand ambassador for your new makeup line, and we couldn't even find a press release. What's the secret of your brand success?
Biotique is synonymous with serious skin and hair care developed from ancient Ayurveda. Biotique is a unique combination of the 5,000-year-old science of Ayurveda with 21st century biotechnology, and it brings to the consumer highly efficacious products and so we have over the years built a lot of consumer loyalty, and we started influencer marketing way back when it was not even known. And that's how the word of mouth publicity for Biotique is very, very high. So whatever we do, it really has a ripple effect, and consumers line up for
Somehow love it.
Love it, yeah.
You founded Biotique in 1992. Am I right about that date?
Yeah.
And this was before the internet.
Yeah.
Definitely before mobile phones and before what's called D2C marketing.
Uh-huh.
In 1992, what was the basis of your marketing strategy?
I wanted to combine something which is the best of the East and the West, something that is the best of the ancient and the modern. I wanted to also keep the science of Ayurveda alive. And how to maintain flawless skin and look beautiful for a lifetime was really a mission with which I founded the company. And that has really resonated with the customer and has built a lot of consumer loyalty.
We started in 92 and this is 2022. What is the basis of your marketing strategy today?
Today, it is really highly efficacious products, visible results, and the best thing about Biotique is that we use no harmful chemicals. It's all biodegradable, recyclable packaging, and very eco-friendly, and long-term benefits. Because whatever goes into our skin is absorbed by the body. So it's very important that the body doesn't absorb chemicals. And I think there's a lot of awareness today that about harmful side effects of chemicals. So,
Vinita, you personally studied Ayurvedic texts yourself before you launched the brand. And you worked with multiple practitioners of Ayurveda as well. How important is it for founders like you to actually know the science and the technology behind what you make?
So my story is I was born in Calcutta, but I grew up in my grandfather's 18 estate tea gardens in Assam and Darjeeling, where I studied the ancient sciences of Ayurveda, yoga and meditation in original Sanskrit. And I saw a marked difference between the people who practiced these sciences, and at the age of 80, they had the youthful radiance of a 45-year-old person, vis-a-vis people who didn't. So this really intrigued me to follow this way of life. And then I went on to study biotechnology in Switzerland.
And speaking of Switzerland, Biotique was actually started in Switzerland.
Yeah,
not
it
in
was
India.
launched
Explain that to us. Why did you launch it?
I think back in that time, there was very little interest in our own ancient sciences. And the West was always very aware. Germany, Switzerland were areas that people really were interested in Ayurveda. And so when I was studying in Switzerland with biotechnology, I combined Ayurveda and biotechnology and launched the products in Switzerland and Germany, because there was a lot of awareness about Ayurveda.
And a lot of interest.
And a lot of interest and awareness. And I was the only person doing it. I am the only person doing it in those markets. So that's how I launched it there.
So it was well received in those
countries. It was very well received. It was an immediate and instant success.
And were you always an entrepreneur, never tempted to get a job and work somewhere for a while before you learn the ropes, before you launch a brand?
No, I was just an entrepreneur because this was my passion. I wanted to preserve the ancient legacy of Ayurveda and also, maintain good skin for a lifetime. And good skin, good hair. Look your best for a lifetime. This was my passion.
Another quick reminder that this was 1992, well before the words venture capital entered our vocabulary.
Yeah.
How did you raise money to launch your first business or the first entrepreneurial venture?
So Biotique was funded by my personal capital. And it always has been till today. We have a lot of interest from private equity or strategic people to buy a stake. Today also we own 100% shareholding of Biotique.
You have over 3,000 plus standalone stores, 2,000 shop and shops, and you retail through, I think, 2 lakh plus outlets as of today. Would it be fair to say that physical retail is a large part of your selling strategy?
Yes, it is. And it physical, because today also the consumer wants to see the product. They want to see it on the shelf. And I think, when they go to the market, they like to see it on the shelf and pick up what they want. And Biotique has a huge shelf presence, when you see the product on the shelf.
And this justifies the high cost of retail, of brick and mortar, of
Yes,
staff and all of that?
of course.
It pays back in terms of customer loyalty and customer trial?
Yeah, for sure. Retail is an important part of our strategy today and going forward.
Vinita, a lot of your competitors are e-commerce players and D2C players.
Yeah.
Do you see Biotique going into what's called a hybrid model, some physical, some digital?
Yeah, for sure. Even today, it's a hybrid model. We are one of the top sellers in Amazon and Flipkart.
And would you care to venture what percentage of a business is likely to come from the e-commerce model vis-a-vis the physical retail model?
So physical retail is still 75%, 80% of our business.
But e-commerce and other models are coming
coming
1/4 of your sales?
Yeah.
What is the core of your digital and your media strategy? You said you used influencers way back before the term influencer was
even invented.
So tell us about that.
So, I think when you really love a product, you recommend it to your friends and family. A mother recommends it to her daughter. You recommend it to your, if you're complimented, what's the secret of your flawless skin? And then people ask, and that's exactly how Biotique started, because it was like, what is the secret to your flawless skin? What's your secret to your hair? And then people shared that secret with friends and family, and that was the core of how Biotique really grew phenomenally.
Were they paid to share it with their friends and family?
Not at all. This was unpaid. Back in the day, it was completely unpaid.
And how come you never signed on a celebrity endorser, never signed on a brand ambassador?
Because, the brand is doing very well. It's really worked because it's a true endorsement, it's not like a false thing. And Ayurveda is a science that has been handed down generation after generation for word of mouth. So there's reason why word of mouth is a very strong method of marketing.
But today the world of influencers has completely changed. So in today's day, what is your digital and your social media strategy?
So we are, on all digital and social media platforms like Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, and we do have an influencer marketing strategy. Marketing strategies also have to evolve with time and technology. So, I think word of mouth today is not sufficient.
And are you happy to be paying influencers or using this kind of marketing?
Why not? Because every brand and every company, every entrepreneur has to evolve with times. I don't think there's anything that's static. I think the world is not a static place, and you have to evolve. Tomorrow there may be another strategy. Our strategies have to evolve with time.
Skincare is one category where you hear of country branding. But I've heard that K-beauty is known for efficiency, or Korean beauty is known for efficacy. German beauty is known for clinical precision. Everything is made in a lab. Japanese beauty, or J-beauty, is known for very pure ingredients, high quality ingredients. What is I-beauty or Indian beauty? What are we known for as a country?
Indian beauty stands for beauty today, tomorrow, and day after. I mean, it is a long-term beauty aspect. With one is visible results. Ayurveda gives visible results fairly quickly, which is a myth that people think
is not as efficacious as clinically formulated products.
So Ayurveda is highly efficacious because everything that we have is drawn from nature, and we use natural ingredients to beautify ourselves, and which have no harmful effects. So I think Indian beauty stands for the best combination between ancient and modern.
And who do you think your competitors are for Biotique?
Biotique is in a very unique position because we are the only company in India or the world that has combined the ancient science of Ayurveda with modern technology. That's why we say advanced Ayurveda. Ayurveda with 21st century technology, best of the East and the West. No other company is actually doing that.
So you are in a category by yourself?
By yourself, yes.
And what about brands like Kama or Forest Essentials? Does the customer sort of evaluate Biotique against those brands?
So Biotique is highly efficacious with technology. I don't think that technology is such an important pillar for the other brands.
For the other two brands. So, Vinita, what do you enjoy more? Running the business or creating formulations or playing around with Ayurvedic ingredients? What do you personally enjoy the most?
I think it's two pillars, and I enjoy both. Creating the innovative products, and researching the books of Ayurveda and bringing it to 21st century and making it relevant to 21st century. Because obviously these are books that were written 2,500 years ago and practiced 5,000 years ago. So to make it to the 21st century is also an art. So that's something.
Do you get time to still do all of that?
Yes,
to go
of
into
course.
the lab and to actually
Yeah,
play with
I am a
formulations?
biotechnologist and an Ayurvedic practitioner. So I do get that time. I do take out time because that is where I started.
Let's talk about some mass market players. How did Patanjali change the game for you?
Patanjali, was really not relevant for us because our target consumer is the highly educated intelligentsia of society who are looking for very efficacious skin and hair care routines. And so Patanjali, I don't think targeting the same customer.
But did it expand the Ayurveda market overall? Did it expand the pie, so to speak?
Of course. So I think the market has expanded for various reasons, because also I think human lifespans are growing longer. So everybody wants to put, people used to retire at the age of 45. Yeah. Today, people put their best foot forward at 45. Right. So they want to still look, they still want to look good. So the market is really evolving and expanding, and people are understanding that to look good for a lifetime, you need ingredients that have stood the test of time. That's most important.
Let's talk about another potential competitor of yours, Himalaya. They combine Ayurveda with some form of modern science, and in terms of perception, they are seen as more premium than Patanjali, for instance. How does that change the market for you, a company like Himalaya? I
think everybody is in the game, and Biotique is doing well. So I can only comment on Biotique, and we are growing 35% year on year. So I think we are in a good position.
And do you see international brands trying to enter the same domain of combining Ayurveda with modern biotechnology and competing with you?
I think the consumer is very savvy, so they can't understand that the international brand will have the true heritage of Ayurveda. And lots of brands have tried, but I don't know how successful they've been.
Okay. Amongst marketers, there seems to be a rush to create products and services for what's called millennial and Gen Z. I'm much older than both millennial and Gen Z myself. Now, these are teenagers, or what are called teenagers, people in their teens or 20s. Does Biotique have a special strategy for this segment, millennials, Gen Z?
Yeah, for sure. Biotique actually is there for all age groups. We have a baby line of products, a kid lines of products, and the new generation. We have a complete range of products, which is skincare infused makeup, because nowadays younger generation has started using makeup. Everybody wants to put their best foot forward. So we do have special products, special rituals, and special things for this generation.
So Vinita, 1992 to 2022, that's 30 years. What's in store for the next 30 years for Biotique?
I think more health, beauty and well-being products.
That's going to be the future of beauty and skincare.
Yeah, health, beauty and well-being products.
You spend a lot of your money on R&D,
yeah,
right? A significant chunk. How do you calculate the return on investment on these R&D investments?
So, usually it's an 8 to 10 year period. Biotique has a R&D setup in Switzerland. It has also an R&D setup here in the foothills of the Himalayas. And R&D and innovation are important pillars, the most important pillars to any brand success. And it does take 8 to 10 years for the payoff to come for all the R&D investments.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you for two secrets at the end of the interview. One, I've listened to you for the last 20 minutes, but I still don't know what exactly the secret of Biotique's success is. If you had to put it in one sentence, what would the secret of Biotique's success be?
Highly efficacious products that give you health and beauty for a lifetime.
Okay. The last, what is your personal skincare routine, Vinita?
Okay, Biotique, one secret is that I founded Biotique. Also, one of the reasons that for my personal, I wanted to maintain flawless skin for a lifetime. Mm-hmm. So this was very important. So I said, rather than putting all my money on jewelry or other things, I put it on a lot of research on the ancient sciences of Ayurveda with Ayurvedic doctors and Swiss dermatologists, and therefore Biotique was developed. So for me, I have a ritual that I follow in the morning and evening, and do it a couple of times a week to maintain flawless skin.
Do you use any products other than Biotique products?
No, I don't.
Only Biotique
Only
products?
Biotique products, yeah.
All right, Vinita Jain of Biotique, thank you for talking to us on Melt.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You can follow Melt on social media. The handle is Ready to Melt, or simply log on to readytomelt.com. If you'd like to follow me, I'm at Suvenk on Twitter. Till next week, goodbye and thanks for watching.